Hey everybody, Jeff Marshall here at GIT Hollywood. Thanks for coming by. You know, GIT, I teach a lot of private lessons. I also do a lot of the open counseling, and I even do some of the core classes. I do single string improvisation, some of the rhythm guitar, chords and stuff like that. And I always like to try to take some ideas and see how I can make the most of those little ideas and maybe how I can expand them. I'm going to give you an example today. I'm going to use my backing track there was in the key of C sharp minor, so I'm going to use a C sharp minor triad. And what that is basically a C sharp, and I can play that on the 4th fret of the A string. There's a C sharp right there. E, that's on the 7th fret of the A string, and then G sharp, which is on the 6th fret of the D string. So I have a C sharp minor triad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that G sharp note and I'm going to drop it down to the low E string, and I'm going to play it from the G sharp. So I'm going to have G sharp, C sharp, and E. So it's the same 3 notes, just in a different order, and I'm going to use that as my shape that I'm going to pass through. I'm going to pass it through like 3 different octaves and try to get the most out of that sound. So it looks something like this. We got G sharp, C sharp, E. And then right here I have another G sharp note on the 6th fret of the D string, and I can just use that same exact shape that I used for the other strings. And then also there's a G sharp right here on the 9th fret of the B string, and I can use that exact same shape. So I have. So I have a little bit of symmetry there. I have a way I can use that same idea, go through all 3 octaves. So what I also like to do is just to make that a little bit smoother, I like to add another note to that, and that would basically be the 2nd note of the scale. In this case, C sharp minor, the 2nd note would be up a whole step, would be a D sharp note. So if I add that, that kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. It makes it a little bit easier to play those shapes, and I can use some slides, a little bit smoother transitions between those shapes. So let's see what that looks like and sounds like. So from the G sharp, C sharp, D sharp, and E. And then I just use that shape up an octave, and the same shape here. That's got a really nice sound. Also gets me to another position on the neck. Maybe I can get into another idea or something like that. Let's see what that sounds like with our backing track. I can also take that same kind of concept and maybe I can apply it to a major sound. So the relative major of any minor chord would be up a minor 3rd from the root. So from C sharp here I can move up a minor 3rd, play an E major chord, and now I would have a very similar sound to it. They're very related to each other, so to speak. So now instead of playing this shape, I'm going to from the 4th fret here, I'm going to start on the 7th fret on the B note. Here I have a B, I go to E, and then I can play the 9 of that also. So I have B, E, F sharp, and then I slide that up a whole step, and that gives me my major 3rd. So there's my shape for the E major triad with the add 9. And I can put that through all 3 octaves also. So now I have 2 options that I can play over this C sharp minor chord that's going to sound pretty good. Of course I can ascend or descend, I can change some of my rhythms around, all kinds of stuff I can do with that. But for now, just give that a shot, and let's see what that sounds like against our backing track. I'm going to just kind of combine both of those ideas together and see what that sounds like. Sounds really good to me. Hey, thanks for coming by again. I'm Jeff Marshall. You can stop by my open counseling, or maybe I'll even see you in one of my single string classes if you make your way out here to GIT. Until then, I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.